Alright, hey, hello everybody. Welcome in. I was just painting, and I find often more with the technology that surrounds us, hobbies have kind of stopped being the place where you go to lose yourself, so much as it is the place where I kind of go back into myself, free of the excess distractions. And that is what has brought on today's video. So I just wanted to rip the band-aid off, not script anything, because honestly, I'm kind of holding myself back here with trying to have a perfect script. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about, well, as well as, I, I find it interesting that, you know, I'm trying to explore what does it mean to be like a modern day philosopher, just a speaker. And historically, there was places where you would go to give talks, so you'd think on something and you'd be able to present it. And here I am trying to earnestly grasp the spark of the moment and record it. And really, it ends up just being quite crude, uh, because it's recording to the internet. I find the area people present on now honestly dulls information quite a bit. And I don't know, I just thought that was worth sharing. I think that's also quite tragic to have this be our medium of conversing. It really is quite tragic. We probably have a modern day Socrates, but because he's presenting some stuff on YouTube at 10 o'clock in his house, it's crude. It's crude, and it defeats a lot of the poetry in the art. So, but yeah, I'm experiencing a great deal of sadness. I'm struck with the tragedy of not having female friends and how society has really treated women. And, yes, man discovers women, tragedy. It's I already know people are gonna say this is performative, or this is, you know, no one's gonna let you hit little bro, or like all the negative shit you see on Instagram or whatever, YouTube. And that's kind of the point that I'm also making with this video. Women are reduced purely to sex. What does me trying to establish a better relationship with women in our current age have to do with sex? It's quite bizarre. And so, really, I do think women make some of the most wonderful people. But as a man, it's, why should the only one I ever get to deeply know be a wife or a girlfriend, or you understand the, like, there's no space for women to just be people, and it's ridiculous. So this has all come about very recently because I've been absolutely enamored with the feminine and masculine, divine spark, or whatever, what's within yourself. This bench is really squeaky. And, how truthfully, once you establish a relationship within yourself of your feminine and masculine. This is what love is. Love is not. I heard a really brilliant thing today. It was like, love is not of two people. It is of one. It is your masculine and feminine loving each other. Another person described it as, loving a person if you are in this correct positive state of mind of knowing yourself, that it would be two trees growing side by side and love is the space in between. And that's brilliant. And it speaks to the resilience and wholeness of your feminine and masculinity to love each other. But perhaps I'm getting off track here. It's just, what a tragedy, honestly. Like, why have we been conditioned like this? And it sucks too, being a man, because I'm keenly aware of this. I'm a pretty solo person, whether by choice or by not, is up for debate, but I don't hold back on doing things, and I especially go hiking when the weather allows, or when the weather is enjoyable, which is recently. We're finally there, so I'm excited. But even just this year before the winter, there were two girls who were just having the time of their lives, somewhat into this hike I was on, just on a blanket, conversing. And I had to walk past them, and I don't know, it sucks, because without them knowing you, the base laws of our insane world is that you're the one that shouldn't be there. You understand? Like, you're just kind of an intruder as a man. A girl walking by could perhaps go up to these girls and make small talk, or even join them, or become good friends quickly, Like, there are things, that's a possibility. As a man, that's just not on the table. It's always going to be seen as courting, or a ruse, or just being this snake to only give the illusion that you're not going to try and have sex with them. And that's a tragedy. And I've kind of always wanted to be friends with girls. I wouldn't say always, but at least the past few years. I'm 21. And even looking back on my ex, honestly, fondly, being around women as just a soul, spiritual, and also social thing. Just her and her mother. It's quite pleasant to be a species and have two different sexes, and each kind of defined and bound within their own unique feminine and masculine energies. It's really cool. And I don't think as a species we're meant to only surround ourselves with men for the rest of our lives, and you can never speak to another woman. And truly, most men will only ever know one woman because of this social concept. Alright, I'm tired of slouching. Because of this social concept, there is, a wife will, I don't know. There's just so much. I feel there's a lot going on, and it's hard to keep it simple. But, you know, there are certain women who will, once they have deemed a man hers, forbid that man from ever speaking to another woman. And there are plenty of people who will defend this as well. But truthfully, what if you had a female friend? You may not even pursue friendships with any women, all because you have a romantic relationship with a woman. It's just baffling to me. It's what we are doing in the Western world, and most over modern worlds is quite bizarre with dating, sex, and gender. I said a lot of things right there. Hold on. Dating, sex, and gender. Dating, sex, and gender. It's just bizarre. It's a shame. I think, going back to a more tribal root of community, you not only would the only woman you ever be around would be, maybe your mother, and then your wife, but tribes and communities, it takes a village to raise a person. It takes a village to raise a person, and this is going to completely divulge into a whole different topic on hyper-individualism and how ridiculous we are in the Western world and how damning it is. But, so we're not going to do that. But I'm saying, socially, I believe that we grew up around a lot more women. And you would have just interacted with them. And it would have been very normal. Right now, things are exaggerated and completely out of control. And yeah, so there's that. I don't know. I think once a man is in tune with his with his feminine and masculinity, you'll see the world a lot clearer. But also, you'll probably start to get a taste of just how gross it is what unchecked masculine energy behaves like around feminine energy. It's disgusting, I see a lot of Instagram videos where a girl's just doing a thing, open the comments, nothing related to objectifying herself, and of course there are men in the comments saying something about how tight she is, or a gif of a train going in a hole. It's weird. It really is weird. Again, to those of you with unchecked masculine energy, this is seen as an attack. It's a threat to you. I'm betraying the bros, but truthfully, I'm not. Please, you must, brothers, you must work on yourself. It's disgusting. It really is. It's crazy. And I don't know. So I will make another video about feminine and masculine energy. Hopefully this wasn't too nonsense without a script. I would like to get back to painting. No, I will not show you. I'm quite struggling with painting people. I can paint simple form, and I have quite a strong understanding of color now, but man, it's so hard to get a person's likeness right, to me at least. I can do it with a pencil, but a paintbrush, I don't know. we'll see. It could just be this one angle, you know? But I kind of only have this one angle. So typically if I was doing it with me, I'd just take a different angle and start over. But I'm set on this one and it's killing me. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Again, I apologize. I know it's quite crude to meet you in this medium. I hope for a better future where this is not the case. I'm making do. Thank you. Please comment or something. Tell me what you think about this. Because it's crazy. And I am upset that I can't. Obviously I can. No one's stopping me. But I'm saying if I didn't do all the work or stumble really into where I am now, I would go the rest of my life without having a single female friend. And there's still going to be kind of larger steps to take to get there. But again, it's just weird. I don't only want to date women. Like, I don't know, man. It's actually really crushing. I'm not gonna lie. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening. Sorry that sounded sarcastic. I just feel self-conscious. So thank you for listening. I hope it was of some value to you, is really what I meant in those undertones. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.